Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I ask the following two foundational questions of all nominees who come before any of the committees on which I sit to gauge fitness to serve. So I will ask the panel, and we'll start with Mr. Duva and go down the line in your responses. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator Hirono.
No, excuse me, no, Senator.
No, Senator.
For Mr. Duva, if confirmed, you would oversee the public integrity section at the Department of Justice. Are you familiar with that section?
I am, Senator. I've tried cases with the public integrity section myself as an AUSA
Familiar.
in the Middle District of Florida.
So the public integrity section targets corruption. So let me ask you, if an incoming member of the government accepted $50,000 in cash in exchange for future government contracts, would that be a possible sign of bribery? Or I believe you referred to it as public corruption, yes or no?
Senator Hirono, I'll answer that with any case that comes to one of our trial attorneys will be evaluated based on the facts and the law. I think you're referring to some recent news.
So would you consider that accepting $50,000 that might raise questions about a bribe? I mean, I think it's a bribe, but you know, what do you say to it? Do you think that it's an indication?
It depends on the facts and the law. I know you're talking about a specific investigation that has been declined by the Attorney General and the FBI, but if you repurpose that, it's not just one thing that happens. It is basically you have to evaluate and investigate what happens.
Well, I think that there was no, whatever evaluation there was, although we're told by the Attorney General there was an evaluation, but we still don't know what happened to that money. Let me ask you another question. If a member of government complains that they don't have a nice enough airplane and then a foreign government offers to donate an airplane to them, would that be also a sign, possible sign of bribery or public corruption? Again, yes or no?
I think you're talking, Senator, about the emoluments clause. I think it's the first I've heard of that clause in the news recently in the last 6 months or so. That is not something that the criminal division would weigh in on. That is an Office of Legal Policy question.
Well, you can sit there and tell me that it's an issue that will go to some other entity, but you know you're going to be running a department that concerns itself with public corruption. So I just want to know. I think the American people would like to know whether something like that, where a president accepts a plane that is worth some $400 million, whether that indicates bribery or public corruption. You're not responding, so let me ask you another. If a member of the government wants to build a new government building and big tech billionaires jump in line to pay for it, would that raise concerns about bribery or public corruption?
Senator, I don't know what specific incident you're talking about. I'm not familiar with that.
Building
but
of
as
the
I've said
ballroom.
before,
The demolition of the East Wing and a building of the ballroom. You are aware that that is happening.
I am aware of that.
Does that indicate public corruption or bribery?
I don't see how that is. I don't know how that came about or the procurement for it or who's involved. That's
There
just
was
not
nothing.
something
The
I'm
president
familiar with.
decided that it would be a good idea, and companies are jumping in line to try and curry favor with them.
And again, Senator, we
Justice
operate on the
Crane,
facts. I don't know the facts.
I'm running
of that.
out of time. Thank you very much for your non-answers. For Justice Crane, when you were running for the Louisiana Supreme Court in 2019, the news article stated, Crane has become the favorite choice of big oil and other industry and statewide business groups, viewed as a sympathetic ear for an industry facing pending litigation by coastal parties and landowners seeking payment for decades of alleged damage to coastal land by oil and gas companies. Justice Crane, did Chevron, the Louisiana Oil and Gas Association, and Koch Industry donate to your campaign?
Senator, I don't know because campaign contributions in Louisiana go through a campaign committee that we are prohibited from soliciting or participating in.
Oh, so you don't know who contributes to your campaigns?
I do not know specifically whether those entities.
So therefore, if entities like this, which by the way, they did donate to you, if you have no awareness of them donating to you, so that if matters that relate to them and their interests come before you, you wouldn't even know whether to recuse yourself? Is that the situation?
Well, that actually is, I think, one of the rationales and motivations for the prohibition for us being able to solicit or
Well, it's pretty
participate
clear
in
that you favored these industries, and as a matter of fact, when a case came before the Louisiana Supreme Court, you dissented from the court's majority to support the oil and gas industries. So thank you very much. I have some other questions that I will submit for the record, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you,